I don't think they're listening to the horror podcast going, we expected something classier than this. We're out.
I don't want to talk about horror movies. I want to talk about buttholes. No?
Yeah. Welcome to the Brown Hole Podcast.
Oh my god.
The chocolate starfish. No,
Chocolate Starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
Yeah. The worst name for an album ever.
oh my god. That made me like I was like, what the fuck is wrong with Limp Bizkit right now? Like seriously. Life. I eat buttholes and I drink hot dog water. Like,
hey, keep on rolling. You know what time it is.
of course you gotta keep rolling.
Welcome, everybody, to the Taking You Back podcast, episode 2. Today, we're here to talk about chocolate starfish and hot dog flavored water. I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about the Monster Squad.
I want to talk about buttholes. No.
We're just getting in the Valentine's Day spirit. We're talking about all things love. You know that, of course, that means buttholes. Nothing says I love you like waxing your butthole on Tinder.
No, you got to do it as a couples thing, man. You got to go together.
Is that a couples activity people would want to do?
That's love. That's love right there. That's love.
If you're willing to go do that at the same time as a couples experience, by all means, you have my heart. No.
Now, after they wax their butthole, before or after do they bleach them?
I think it's a whole different process.
Yeah, that's the preference of the people that are going.
Again, look, not to take it off topic, but I never understood bleaching your butthole. How many times? Well, I guess there's other people that show their butthole to everybody.
Yeah, but you don't. I mean, really, are you looking at it all that much? I don't know. I wouldn't know. So I'm a girl. I'm a girl. You guys, you know.
If I get mine bleached, I can't really look at it. What the fuck am I gonna do with it? No.
Exactly.
Will's bathroom mirror is just laying on the floor. You know what he was doing.
Oh yeah. Checking out the goods, baby.
Okay, we're really here to talk about the Monster Squad today, not our buttholes, I promise. We're going to be talking about the Monster Squad. You can find us on social media, Taking Back Pod on Twitter, Midnight Evil Pod on Twitter, Midnight Evil Podcast on Facebook, on Instagram. You can hear us on TuneIn, Stitcher, Google, Spotify. We're all over. YouTube. Last week was our first episode to Taking Back Pod. We discussed Dark Skies. We're talking Monster Squad this week. We're going to jump into some news stories. I think Will's going to be excited about this one. HBO Max orders adult animated series centered on Scooby Doo character. HBO Max has ordered Velma to series.
Oh yeah, I am super in. For all those people that don't know, I have a Velma fetish, so you know what to get me for Valentine's Day.
I mean, who doesn't?
I like them nerdy and dirty, baby.
Doesn't everybody?
You'd be shocked how many people don't.
Well, that's on them then for having bad taste.
Oh, of course, of course.
It's going to be an adult animated series. It says. I don't know how adult it's going to be. I'm pretty sure we're not going to see Velma getting railed out doing lines, you know.
That's a damn shame. No, I'm just...
Say never.
It is HBO, so maybe, you know. Maybe she'll clean her butthole on one of the episodes.
Is that how you get Scooby snacks? Like, what the fuck? No, just...
It's possible.
Maybe it is the Scooby snack.
Oh damn. I like where this is going, HBO. Keep it going. No,
She just drops her pants and he goes, oh, Shaggy.
I would. Shit.
Now, this is before I think she joined the crew, I think.
I fucking love Velma, so I'll watch it.
So you have a thing for nerdy girls. Is that what it is, Will?
Basically.
Okay. Nerdy, smart girls.
Nerdy.
No, he doesn't care if they're smart. He just wants them to look.
Oh, no. I prefer them smart. Let's be honest.
She was smart. No, she's smart. You think she has a dirty side? Is that it?
I would hope so.
To check her age. Yeah.
From my past experiences, the really quiet, nerdy ones are the freakiest ones. I like that.
That is true.
I thoroughly enjoy that.
Speaking of throwbacks to Velma and stuff, McDonald's is finally bringing back High C Lava Burst. You guys remember that?
A lava
No.
burst?
You remember the orange High C from McDonald's back in the day?
I thought they never got rid of it.
They got rid of it like 3 or 4 years ago for some reason.
But Burger King has orange high C.
That's because Burger
I
King
don't Yeah, but I don't understand like the big deal about the lava burst part of it. I don't know if it's the same thing or not.
Well, I think the thing is that people who frequent McDonald's like this drink.
Do
like,
people frequent McDonald's?
Okay, well, like when you can't find Sangria Blast anymore, and Taco Bell used to sell that.
I wish
Oh, Sangria Blast was delicious.
Like, I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty good.
That was like my favorite Mountain Dew.
It was definitely not my favorite Mountain Dew. Anybody knows Live Wire is my favorite drink of all time.
Live Wire's pretty good.
Wait, didn't you like, weren't you a fan of Pitch Black?
I love Pitch Black, yeah. Pitch Black, I love that. I also love the, I did love Sangria Blast, but Pitch Black was awesome. Live Wire is my favorite one.
Okay.
Voltage is good too.
Voltage,
Pretty much
great.
all Mountain
Code
Dew.
Red,
Baja Blast, it's all good.
Baja
much.
Blast. The pineapple one, the Maui Burst, was fucking delicious.
Major Melon.
Melon's pretty good.
The new one that came out, the pink one?
Yeah. It's pretty good. It came out here and it's sold out everywhere, so you can't even find it anymore now. It's been like a couple of weeks they came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere.
It's supposed to be full time. It's not like a limited edition, and it's just sold out everywhere because it was so popular when it came out.
Huh. Literally can find it anywhere down here right now.
They're supposed to be doing their.
You're gonna have to ship it to Randy, just so you know.
I got you.
Yeah.
New care packages.
Pitch Black. What are you waiting on?
For them to release it. No, I'm just. Wait, question. How did you feel about the Voodoo one, the white one?
I liked it. I liked last year's better.
I feel like they were the same. Skittles, healthier.
No, I think candy corn was the flavor the first year they said officially.
I mean, to me, they both tasted like Skittles, and I'm not complaining, but to me, it's very sweet.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
But it's still like Halloween themed, so it was awesome.
And what's the other one that comes out? Merry Mayhem or something, or Merry something?
Merry Mashup, maybe.
Merry Mashup, yeah.
Maybe.
I think that's the one you're thinking about.
And there's
then they always have like the red, white, and
blue one during the summer.
Red, white, and blue or whatever.
USA. I think it's called USA.
Is that the one with shark on it?
It's one with Voltage and Whiteout. Oh, Whiteout. I missed Whiteout. Holy shit. White Cherry Mountain Dew. That was probably one of my favorites, actually. Probably Live Wire them Whiteout.
Okay.
Can't find that anywhere.
I need to turn into a pothead because apparently I'm missing out on high C drinks.
Yeah, you are. You're missing out on being a pothead.
Look, if you find a Coke Freestyle machine, I highly recommend the Orange Vanilla High.
Orange Vanilla High C? It's delicious.
Here are the only... That doesn't sound appetizing whatsoever.
Oh, it's so
vanilla?
good.
It's so good.
Vanilla High C?
Yeah.
That
Orange
doesn't
vanilla.
make sense.
Orange vanilla.
Is there a freestyle machine here?
The only freestyle machine I know of here offhand is in the Wendy's.
Really?
Have it there?
Probably.
The Wendy's up the road from us?
Yeah, they got all the other ones.
Huh.
Yeah, that's the only one I could think of. They might have some in Kangaroo and stuff, but I don't really go to Kangaroo because Quick Trip is literally at the corner of my house.
What's Kangaroo?
And Kangaroo's a little farther. It's by where the Dunkin' Donuts used to be. Man, we just got a Dunkin' Donuts literally up the block.
We got a Dunkin' Donuts like not even 10 minutes away from us.
Now in New York, there's like 4 within a 2-block stretch. Here, it's like a 15-minute drive. And now we just got one literally like a minute away. So excited.
There's like 2 Dunkin' Donuts there. There's one like 15 minutes away, and then there's one at an airport.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of Dunkin' Donuts.
What? They got the snack and bacon.
What? Really?
Never. I'm sorry. The coffee is usually terrible.
Just get a pouch of cooked bacon.
It's
I
salt
know
and pepper.
that. Yeah, I know that, but I've just never been a fan.
Well, I don't like the coffee.
I love their iced coffee. I'm a fan of their iced coffee. So I get every time.
Coffee's okay.
I definitely missed some of the things since we moved out here Midwest. Will's got it the best. He's got Wawa everywhere. Whew, I miss Wawa.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, Wawa is pretty badass though.
Wawa is fantastic.
They have everything, don't they?
Yup.
You can go
They
in
have
there at
everything
3
you
a.m.,
want.
get a fresh made sandwich, milkshake,
You know what's funny? They do burgers and fries now.
What?
Wow.
Is there anything they can't do?
No.
Wow.
Yeah. You could probably get your butthole bleached there, too.
You know what? While eating a delicious sandwich, yes.
Yeah. Wax. Let's go. Get it done.
Do what
I
you gotta
missed
do, man.
for one reason, though, Will. If you remember, me and Will for a while lived in North Carolina. Man, I miss Cheerwine.
Oh yeah, I've only found one place out here that I can actually find it. It's a North Carolina barbecue spot near downtown.
Is it?
Doesn't that
And it's
candy
in the
store-
fountain too.
Yeah. There's a candy
candy
store here
shop.
that sells it. It's like, they also had the Rowdy Piper bubblegum soda, which was not good.
Really, I heard about that. I've never had it.
I forget what the candy store was called. There's a candy store here. I actually have
I
their
think, yeah,
card
we
in
have
my
the card.
wallet still. Rocket Fizz.
Oh yeah.
Rocket Fizz. They had the Cheerwine there. It's the only place you can get it, though. Here. It's because they have it specialty shipped, and it's usually sold out a lot. Wow.
Yeah, they had like 2 or something.
Yeah, they had. I bought what they had left. They had like 2 or 3 left.
Oh damn. I know.
And
I know that Total Wine and Spirits, they tend to have a really good like collection of sodas and stuff now.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a liquor store that was the size of a Walmart down in Florida. They're everywhere.
What?
It's so beautiful. No, I'm just,
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
It's the adult equivalent of walking into a candy store.
In Florida.
Literally. They had candy too.
They did.
Candy
Yeah,
there
candy,
too?
chips, and
They
They
had,
had the snack and liquor store.
Yeah.
and if
they
you
had-
wanted, there was a cigar bar in there too.
yeah,
They-
cigar bar,
Wow.
Yeah.
wine, beer, all the liquors.
I think the most expensive thing we saw was a bourbon that was like $6,000, and it was like a bottle, like not even that big.
Yeah. Behind a lock and key counter.
Yep.
Like on the shelf there was a thing with like a lockbox you could see through.
So great. No, I'm just,
I do remember that though. Another news story I have. Michael Gandolfini is going to be playing his dad in the Sopranos prequel movie. So they're making a prequel movie called The Many Saints of Newark. And Michael Gandolfini has been talking about what he's been doing to channel his dad, and he gets to play his own dad in the movie. I mean, I guess that's pretty cool.
Has he ever acted before though? Like, do we know that
Nope.
if he's
Think-
done
I don't-
anything?
I've never seen him in anything.
He's gonna be in a movie that's also coming out at some point called Cherry.
Okay.
It looks interesting.
I didn't know that. I haven't
he's
seen
in
him
a
in
few
anything. He
things.
might be an actor, but I haven't seen him in anything myself. I think it's
what I
pretty-
was just curious about. I'm like, what do they think? It's just going to be like a gene thing, and he's going to automatically be able to act.
it runs in the blood.
I think they were trying to get as close to somebody who looked like Tony Soprano as possible, I guess.
But that I understand. But you got to make sure he can act too.
I feel like I saw him in something not too long ago.
I'm guessing he's an actor. I don't know if he's going to be a big part of it. From what I hear, the movie, the prequel movie, primarily focuses on Dickie Moltisanti, which was Chris's dad. So if you watch The Sopranos, he was already dead when The Sopranos started, but he was like Tony's mentor. They said a lot in the show.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one who taught Tony everything he knew.
I mean, I might give it a watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a watch. We just recently rewatched The Sopranos again. Yeah, you're right, Cherry. There's a movie called Cherry. He's coming out, which is directed by the Russo brothers. Michael Gandolfini. But yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Many Saints of Newark. Probably go to HBO Max. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if anybody else is a big Sopranos fan, Will or Sarah, but I'm definitely gonna watch this movie. It comes out September 24th. It says.
I mean,
I've only watched a few episodes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say on that one. I've only seen a handful.
Well, no, you don't watch any shows that have white people as a lead.
That what? That literally makes no sense. I'm watching this one. No, I'm just
Us?
yeah.
That explains it. You have bad taste.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's. I did see something else. I just saw this when I woke up today. Actually, anybody watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No.
Handful episodes.
No. They just announced that it's coming back later this year for its 8th and final season.
Wait, is it going to be on the same channel? Didn't they cancel it?
See.
No.
But I know when all the riots and stuff started happening last year, they were struggling. They were almost going to cancel it straight out because they were trying to figure out how do you make a cop show, about a comedy about cops and how the cops always screw things up and stuff. How do you still have that now in this climate? And I guess they're going to try their best. They announced one last final season. That sucks because there's not many TV shows I watch these days, especially comedy sitcoms. I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine and the Goldbergs were the last two ones I watched, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine's gone now.
Goldbergs is a good one, though.
I'm afraid that one will probably be next. At this rate, it's already on season 8.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, how much are you really going to do with about the 80s, though, too? So.
Well, I guess they could technically, if they wanted to do it, if they wanted to make it make sense, they could always do 10 seasons, I guess, one for every year.
True.
They tried a spinoff that took place in the 90s, but that was awful.
Yeah, that was like one episode or whatever.
I think it lasted actually like 2 or 3 seasons. They had a spinoff.
Oh, really? I only saw the one episode. One season, maybe? I don't know.
But that was like a spinoff that led to this show, Schooled.
Yeah.
And Lainey was the main character of Schooled. Mm-hmm. They had like 2 or 3 seasons before they finally canceled that, I think, though.
I don't know. Maybe because I grew up in the 90s and in middle school and high school, I just had no feel for it, I guess.
Well, you can't compare the 80s and the 90s. The 80s are just better.
Well, I know, but the 90s I lived through for middle school and high school.
Yeah,
good times.
90s nostalgia.
Everything felt better back in the day.
What about right now?
Yeah, I'm not ready for the nostalgia part of it, though. I'm only 38, so I don't want to go there yet.
We were just talking about Sopranos. I got Monster Squad on the background. Emily, if you look at that pilot right there, that's Richie Aprile. That's the one Janice killed.
No.
Yeah, that's the one that punches Janice, and she shoots him in the chest.
No, that can't be him.
Yeah, it's Richie Aprile right there.
Him.
Richie Aprile from Sopranos.
That can't be him.
Was one of the pilots on Monster Squad, the one that was flying Dracula.
It
looks nothing like him.
That's him. That's young Richie.
Oh. Man, that movie had me laughing.
The cast of this movie was pretty awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember seeing that movie ever. But damn,
it's a good movie.
I've never seen it before. I watched it this morning. Let's jump in. Let's talk about Monster Squad. Monster Squad was rated PG-13. It's an hour and 23 minutes. Released on August 14th, 1987. It's a horror comedy. Distributed by TriStar Pictures, which I remember back in the day, TriStar had a bunch of awesome movies, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
They were usually low budget, directed DVD or something, but they were always good. The budget was $12 million, and the box office was only $3.8 million, so it took in less than a third of its budget.
Damn.
The production.
It was a good movie.
It was good. I don't know why it didn't resonate with fans though. It took in less than a third of its budget. It was really good. I enjoyed it way more than I thought it was gonna. Usually, I'm not a fan of the horror comedies.
Yeah, but it held up. I mean, even from what I remember of it, it held up pretty well.
Yeah, I think the effects were good. I think some of the CGI, because they had to use some of it, but I thought that was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was produced by the production company was Taft Entertainment, directed by Fred Decker. Fred Decker also directed Night of the Creeps. I don't know if anybody saw that movie.
No.
No? He also directed RoboCop 3.
I saw RoboCop 3. No,
I watched RoboCop 1 this morning. Well, I tried to watch it. I fell asleep. I was very motivated. But I put it on. I had the intentions of watching it.
As long as you had the intentions, that's all that matters.
That is true.
It was written by Fred Decker and Shane Black. And Shane Black would later go on to direct Iron Man 3.
Yes.
And he directed the 2018 The Predator. Starred Andre Gower, Robbie Kiger, Stephen Mott. I think we had Stan or Steve. What was his name? I got it written down here. Stan Shaw. So Stan Shaw was also in this. He was the detective sapper. Stan Shaw, I don't know if you might recognize him. He was in Jeepers Creepers 3. He was the sheriff. He was in Daylight. You ever see Daylight? That movie with Sylvester Stallone where the tunnel explodes?
Yeah. Yeah.
That movie. That was an excellent movie. Sarah's shaking her head, but that movie was excellent.
What?
The werewolf guy, the werewolf in this movie, he actually was one of the vampires in Fright Night 2 as well. He played a couple other things, but I recognize him from Fright Night 2.
I still haven't seen any of them.
You have to.
And then we had Jason Hervey. Jason Hervey as EJ. Jason Hervey, his name was Wayne Arnold in the Wonder Years.
I'm surprised he played such a small part being who he was. Like, right after that was the Wonder Years. It had to have been.
Yeah, I think Wonder Years was 87, 88, and this was 87.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just surprised that he got such a bigger role from this movie, you know?
Jason Hervey also became an executive producer later on in life. And he actually started his own production company, Bischoff Hervey Entertainment. Yep, his partner and the guy who co-runs and owns the production company together is Eric Bischoff. Will, did you know that?
What?
Eric Bischoff and Jason Hervey have their own production company together, Bischoff Hervey Production. Yeah, he's partners with Eric Bischoff for a couple of decades now, I think.
I did not realize it.
Yeah, they're still good friends to this day. They still make TV shows today. I think they made a bunch of TV shows. They made a couple of those Scott Baio shows, those VH1 shows. That was all Hervey Bischoff.
Okay.
They made the Hulk Hogan Celebrity Championship Wrestling. Jason Hervey was executive producer for TNA. He joined TNA in 2011 when Hogan and Bischoff did, and he was a producer there. And Jason Hervey, when it comes to wrestling, also Eddie Guerrero has credited and said that Jason Hervey created the LWO, Will, Latino World Order. That was a Jason Hervey idea. So he's got some pretty big credits there. Wonder Years, LWO. I don't think you could top some of those.
No.
Terrible.
I think I know. I know my answer when I first saw the movie was this morning. I've heard about it for years. I stayed away from it because it looked like a kid movie. I thought it was one of those comedies that makes fun of horror. I didn't realize it's not. No. It's just a funny horror movie. But the first time I saw it was today. I thought it was really good. I would watch it again. And you remember when you first saw it?
Yeah, the first time I saw it was yesterday.
Takes you back, doesn't it? No.
Will, was this the first time you saw the movie as well?
I want to say yeah. I don't remember ever seeing it. So I mean, I saw it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I always remember hearing about it. I just never had watched it because I thought it was one of those. It looked like a Saturday the 14th. It looked like or Transylvania 6500. It looked like one of those movies that made fun of horror movies that I thought.
Wow.
No.
Sarah, do you remember when you first saw the movie?
I don't remember when I first saw it. I think I rented the video back when I was a kid, and I loved the movie, and it stuck in my head. And then I introduced my kids to it about, I want to say, probably 5 to 6 years ago. I introduced it to my boys, and they ended up falling in love with the movie, and it held its own through that, and they fell in love with it. And yeah, even watching it again for the first time in years, yeah, it held up to it. It held up to the hype that I remember it as a kid.
Absolutely, it did. Yeah, Will, you brought up earlier about the Mandalorian, and what was the girl's name? Gina Caspino, I think. And you asked me if I ever seen the Mandalorian. Fuck Star Wars. Fuck related to Star Wars.
Wow.
I cannot stand Star Wars. is the most boring, god-awful thing in the world.
Oh my god! Really?
I'm not a fan of Star Trek. I'm not a fan of
never mind.
The Hobbits.
I-
I don't like big budget fantasy movies that are just in front of his green screen the whole time. That's why.
How dare you, sir? No,
I don't
Alright.
understand. You could hate all those. Like, how do you hate Lord of the Rings and love Game of Thrones? How do you
This
hate
place-
like
Yeah.
love Game of Thrones?
Because I can sum up the entire 10-hour Lord of the Rings trilogy in 2 seconds.
look, I'll admit,
People
The
fucking
end.
walking.
when it
That-
came to Lord of the Rings, I was highly against the Hobbits. I didn't care about
The
them.
trees walk in those movies.
Not
Hey,
the
man.
lore, not
Just
the
for freedom.
drawing, force of evil.
I
Okay.
didn't.
I've
I
never seen.
didn't like The Hobbit. I never liked The Hobbit, but Star Wars I actually enjoyed.
I saw the old Hobbit animated movie from like the 80s or 70s or whatever it was. That
Same.
was
I've seen that one too.
But these 3 movies that came out, correct me if I'm wrong because I've never seen them. There's like an eagle or something he sees in the first movie,
There are eagles.
and then at the end of the 3rd movie, the eagle shows up when he's there throwing the ring in that thing. Why didn't he just ride the fucking eagle?
They had to do it for themselves.
He could have did it himself
Frodo
while
had to
holding
do
on
it
the
for
eagle.
himself.
He could have rode the
The
eagle by
Eagles don't
himself.
get involved in these matters.
I'm just saying.
The Eagles mind their own damn business. The
It's
Eagles
just 10 hours of
are
people
Switzerland.
fucking walking.
We're back to the land of like the Lord of the Rings. They're neutral, man. Didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. So that's my opinion on Star Wars, The Mandalorian.
Star Wars is amazing.
Listen, if you ever pick one of these movies, I'll watch them, but I'm not gonna be happy.
Like, you suck. You're gonna make me
Tell
watch.
us how you really feel, Randy. Okay.
Not a fan of Star Trek.
Watching something.
My growing up, all my dad would watch was Star Trek or NASCAR. So
Oh
Well,
god.
Star Trek I never got into. Star Wars I did. I wasn't a big fan of the Lord of the Rings, but I liked Harry Potter type movies. I watched all
I hate
those.
Harry Potter.
Oh boy.
Although Harry Potter did bring us Emma Watson, so I'm a fan of that.
Of course.
But wasn't one of the Star Trek movies about saving fucking whales?
I don't know. I didn't ever watch Star Trek.
I think it was like the 4th one or something. It
one
was,
of them, they did save a whale.
They did
I'm not
save a
sure
whale,
which one.
see?
I'm not sure which one. I've seen it, but I know one of them.
I know one of them is about saving a whale.
Yeah, but I didn't watch any of the Star Trek movies.
Well, I don't blame you.
I've seen the newer ones, but that's about it.
I didn't watch the newer ones. I'm not going to watch the newer ones. Not going to watch the Harry Potters.
You know, you've
I
watched
thought I was negative.
any movie since The Greasy Strangler and Poultrygeist.
What's wrong with the Greasy Strangler and
Everything.
Poultry guys?
Everything is wrong with those movies.
Wait a minute. You're a bullshit artist, first of all. That's what's wrong.
Wow.
Wow. Fight going on.
It's from the Greasy Strangler.
I
He
don't know,
calls
it's from
everybody
that
a
because
bullshit
it's
artist.
an awful movie. Nobody's seen it.
Well, I know what my next pick is going to be, and it's going to be the Greasy Strangler.
And I refuse to watch it.
You can't do that. That's not how this works.
I'll jump on the bandwagon. Me and Will are on a strike.
That is not how this works.
That's how it
I'm
works.
on, no, I have to join the group. I'm on the strike too.
Inside my head, no,
Randy, you can talk to yourself the whole time.
me and Carl from Sling Blade will do the episode together.
Go for it.
And what's wrong with Poultrygeist? That's one of the greatest movies.
It was so bad.
It was so bad.
It was so bad.
What more do you want in a movie? It's horror. It's a
I
musical.
want to enjoy watching
It's
it.
comedy. There's a bunch of big old titties everywhere. I mean, what more could you ask for?
I want to
Unfortunately,
enjoy
you
it.
just explained why you wanted to watch it.
Ron
That's
Jeremy's
not-
on
that's-
screen and not assaulting anybody. Like,
But that's not the poltergeist I remember. Boobs everywhere, and yeah, I
this
don't
is
remember all that.
Not Poltergeist.
Oh, okay.
I love Poltergeist.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I got Monster Squad in the background. Frankenstein just walked up to a little girl chilling by a lake.
I
Good the
love
first-
that part.
Oh, come on.
Original Frankenstein.
Well, it
so-
did not end good the first time. Frankenstein's by the lake with a little girl. Uh-oh. It's the end time.
Terrible.
Oh, but Frankenstein was so sweet.
Frankenstein was a
Sweetest
peeping
character
Tom.
in the whole movie. No.
Frankenstein was a peeping Tom and took a picture.
But I mean,
Alright.
Frankenstein didn't threaten to put that picture up on a bulletin board, unlike his character did. So.
Yeah, I guess it could be worse.
Plus, I mean, how long has Frankenstein been asleep for?
Well, Frankenstein was in a crate in a lake.
Yeah.
Why?
Because that's how Dracula was transporting him, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. How did Frankenstein survive that?
Because he's already dead.
Okay, but
He's already dead, and then they electrocuted him to bring him back to life, and he's like a child. He's seriously a
dead
child.
body would land intact in a box like that at that speed.
I've seen a lot of Frankenstein movies over the year. I've read books. I don't remember him ever just chilling at the bottom of the lake. That's all I'm saying.
No, he was in an airplane. They Dracula freed him by like opening the cargo bay.
He was dropped for like a second, and then Dracula freed him because Dracula got away after the airplane scene.
And Frankenstein talked way too much.
Oh, come on. Really?
He talked way too much.
Why? What makes you say that?
First
He
of all,
was learning. He was learning
But-
all the lingo.
That's because it's an 80s movie and the little girl was teaching him phrases.
Yeah. He's like a child. He's learning like a child does.
that was my biggest thing I disliked about the movie was
All
Frankenstein.
right, no. I'm sorry. From a girl's standpoint, it was like a child, like learning everything for the first time, and that's what made you fall in love with the Frankenstein character.
Stop hating.
Wait, why is that a girl thing? We learned things for the first time as men too when we were kids. Like,
Yeah,
Well,
and you still don't learn shit later on in years. So
Well, we don't fuck,
learning
right?
things today.
no, but that's what made me cry at the end. Like I almost wanted to cry again, older, and I'm like, when I first saw it, yes, when I was a kid,
It was
I
sad.
wanted to.
Yes, it was.
It was sad.
Will, did you cry at the end of this movie?
No.
Okay, bittersweet.
I was a kid when I first saw it. I cried.
Okay,
Even to this day, to this
I
day, I wanted to cry. Like it still touched me in the same way that it did when I was a kid. I didn't cry this time around, but I wanted to cry.
will tell you the closest I came to crying was laughing when Dracula went to the little girl. He goes, "Give me my damn amulet, you little."
You little bitch.
You bitch.
That shit was my favorite scene. I do not care. The fact that Dracula went up to a little girl, called her a bitch.
Yeah, choked her out. Choked her
It
out.
was choking her out. Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
You can't do that. You can't do that nowadays. That's like
But back in the day, if you went and said, "Hey, one of the neighbors just choked me out and called me a bitch," your parents would say, "What did you do to deserve it?"
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they would beat your ass.
Mm.
That's how it was back in the day. You did something wrong, your neighbor beat your ass, and then when your parents came, beat your ass, and then they called your grandparents and they came over and they beat your ass. You call the cops and you tell them, and they say, "What'd you do?" And then they come and they beat your ass.
Okay, I don't know about that part. No, just
I don't know what neighborhood you grew up in, but yeah.
Back in the day, if your parents would beat your ass and you said, "I'm gonna call the cops," they would call the cops for you and beat your ass while you were on the phone with the cops.
I mean, yeah.
Like, well, what did you do to make her hit you? Like, what? I killed party with a sling.
I can never get over that. Like, kids nowadays, they can call the police without getting lifted on them.
Okay, true story. I'll change some of these names for personal reasons. A friend of ours and his daughter was refusing to go to school. Like, she just refused. And this was like a daily thing. And it got so bad that, we would have to try to drag her physically out of the car and get her into school. So one day, and this is way back in the day, he took away her Nintendo GameCube. Okay, he bought it, and she was like, I don't know, 13. It was his GameCube that he paid for and bought. She called the cops on him, and the cops almost arrested him for emotional abuse, saying it was emotional abuse taking away the GameCube that he bought, and they were going to arrest him.
Yeah, I would have gone to jail because I would have beat them both up.
He's like, "What do you want me to do? If I hit her, you'll throw me in jail. If I try to punish her by taking away her game system or her phone, you're going to throw me in jail. But then if she doesn't go to school, you're going to throw me in jail. What the fuck do I do?"
I think at that point, I'm taking the first option. I'm going to hit her so fucking hard, I'm going to jail.
I just remember me and my older buddy were watching this, and we were laughing hysterically, like, "You're going to go to jail for trying to discipline your kid?" We used to get this shit kicked out of us, and you're going to go to jail for taking away a GameCube that you bought?
Yeah.
Kids nowadays get away with everything. Like they seriously, every little thing they get. You can get CPS called on you. Everything happens now.
Listen, I'm not saying I support it, but we got our asses whipped. I used to get beat with high heels, extension cords, hangers.
Whatever was handy.
I did.
Remember, they used to heat up hangers on the stove and then beat your ass with a hot metal hanger?
Oh, God.
All right, I didn't grow up in a household like that. My mom was very sweet. My mom was very sweet. Her punishment was sending me to my room with my toys. So yeah, I didn't grow up with that.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Some people got off a lot easier than others.
Yeah. I'm just saying I think people today are a little softer.
Yeah.
I grew up not around that, and I still grew up the way I grew up. You know?
Oof. I don't know how we get off on this tangent. I think it was about the little bitch part.
Yes, because it was funny. No, just.
Did you have a favorite character in the movie at all, Emily?
I think I tried between either the Wolfman or the scary German guy who remained nameless the whole movie.
Scary. Why were they your favorite characters?
Well, Wolfman's whole story was just so tragic.
My favorite character's on screen right now. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but he's one of those 10 people on screen.
Is it Pete the doggy?
Yes, it's the dog. My favorite character was
Pete the dog, arguably, saved the day.
Wait.
Kind of.
They're all standing down in the fort, right? And they're all putting their hands in to do the Monster Squad hand thing. And I'm watching this movie this morning, and I am very medicated. And I'm like, oh, man, I swear to God, if this dog puts his hand in the pile, I'm going to lose it. And then he did, oh, shit, dog.
I want to know, Eugene wrote that letter to the army people asking for help and gave it to Pete the dog. Who did Pete bring it to? That the army actually showed up at the end.
I don't know. The dog saved the damn day. That's all I'm saying.
He did.
Like, he's not going to put his hand in the pile. He's not going to, oh, he put his hand in the pile. I was so excited. So I can read my notes. I was very medicated. They are ridiculous.
Well, some parts in this movie are very ridiculous.
Well, Sarah, did you have a favorite scene in the movie?
I don't know. I don't know. There's a bunch of favorite scenes. I appreciated the Wolfman, and at the end, he's like thanking them for killing him because he did not want to be the Wolfman. Like, the whole thing, you know. And I appreciated that. I was like, he was a good guy.
Remember the original Wolfman? He was not happy about being the Wolfman. He hated it.
Every Wolfman I've ever seen in a show, or movie, or whatever, they never really wanted to be that. They were turned into that against their will, and they really did not like it.
Yeah, Lawrence Talbot, the original Wolfman, he wanted to die. He wanted to get killed.
Yeah, and I appreciated that fact. Like, they touched on a lot of different, the old school way of thinking on monster movies and everything. They really touched on that. I didn't appreciate the lagoon character, like the creature Black Lagoon or whatever. I didn't appreciate that because he didn't. Yeah, he didn't really do anything. That whole movie, he didn't do shit. So
all the other monsters had to have a special kind of death to kill them, except for him. He just got shot.
Yeah.
Everyone else had significant kind of death.
I just didn't like that his suit looked very rubber. It looked like a giant one-piece rubber suit.
It did.
It looked like they put time and effort into the other effects and the costumes and not his. Pete the dog's
But
looking
he
at
didn't
you.
have to make. He didn't do shit through the whole movie. What did you expect from that character? They had to make sure the other guys looked good.
I will say
He
this.
did
Though,
it. He got
I-
Frankenstein.
You got Frankenstein out the water.
well, yeah, he did that part.
Okay. Wow.
Will, did you
Wow.
seen it all?
Other than Dracula calling the little girl a bitch. Other than that, I'm sorry. Best part of the movie. Sorry.
I
I will
think
say,
besides that, my favorite part was the dog putting his hand in the
Yeah.
Monster Squad thing.
I will say the scene that really bothered me the most is when
Yeah.
they blew up the Wolfman and he kind of formed back up. I'm calling BS on that. I'm
What do
calling
you
bullshit.
mean?
When they blew him up and he started pulling his pieces back together.
Oh yeah, that part was a little ridiculous because I've never seen. That should be another way to kill. Like usually with Wolfman, it's like the silver bullet. But usually, if you chop the head off of them, they die.
But come on now, that really pissed me off.
I know. Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, that was kind of like not believable for a monster movie. I understand that.
Other characters in the movie you enjoyed, Will?
EJ was probably one of my favorites.
EJ, Jason Hurley.
Yep.
Little shithead.
I don't know why.
He was a little shit. He was a shithead, and he hid behind the fucking candy counter or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm not opening that fucking door." And I'm like, "Really? You're the big bully, and you're not gonna even fucking do shit?"
Yeah,
That's
he
why I thought it
opened
was funny.
before it shot the gill man.
Yeah, after they
Swamp
killed the
Man or
Gill
whatever.
Man.
Yeah.
The creature.
Yeah.
Sarah, did you have any other favorite characters?
Well, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and Dracula. He had his funny moments. Like he was a typical Dracula, like classic Dracula character. And the little girl. I mean, like even though I'm not a big fan of the kids in the horror movies and everything, the little girl, like she was just such a sweetheart. You know.
He was a little
She's
bit.
like, let me.
Funny.
But she's like, he joined, damn it, and they won't let her join, and then she ends up befriending the Frankenstein over all the other kids, you know?
I love when she's introducing them to Frankenstein, and she's like, "Come on, don't be chicken shit."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they were
It reminded me of my daughter. My daughter is like speaks her mind. That's what that little girl did.
Emily, did you have any favorite characters?
I think pretty much Wolfman is probably my favorite.
Wolfman, was he your favorite monster? Overall, out of the whole...
I wish we could have seen more of the Gill Man.
Yeah.
Frankenstein was cool, too. Dracula was kind of a dick. I mean, sometimes he's cooler, though.
Will, which one was your favorite of the monsters?
I
thought the mummy was just kind of there.
Yeah, he was just there.
Yeah.
That's definitely the vampire. Dracula was one of my favorites.
Which one was your favorite then? Of the monsters?
Probably Dracula. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought he was funny.
You're an asshole. That's all that means is you're an asshole.
I'm sorry, he was just so funny. Sorry, it was so funny.
That's why I will like Dracula, because he wants to be able to go around calling kids little bitches too.
Yeah. That is my dream.
I mean, sometimes they are.
Sometimes those kids really touch a nerve. I'm sorry, they do.
Yeah. I like the opening of the movie. I thought even the scroll opening, that's very old school Mamiya kids.
Yeah.
Even the color and the text I love the castle in the beginning.
Okay. When they opened that portal in the beginning to get rid of all the monsters,
yeah,
you notice that other couple people got pulled into that portal.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
I don't know.
Yeah, they were saying that the portal sucks in evil.
Yeah.
So why did Van Helsing also get sucked into limbo?
Exactly.
Maybe he's evil.
Well,
At the end,
well,
one of the
you gotta figure a guy that age, they're not the nicest character. He killed a bunch of guys. Like he killed monsters, yes, I know, but they're not innocent. I mean, they probably sucked it all in. They were trying to suck in even like at the end of the movie. They were trying to suck in not just the monsters. They were trying to suck in everything. I really think that was the point.
And why was there armadillos walking around the castle?
They couldn't afford.
I don't know. You noticed that too? I'm like, is that? I even asked my friend. I was like, is that supposed to be a rat or an armadillo? And why is an armadillo in Transylvania?
Her eating an animal. It was a possum.
Yeah.
That was literally the first thing I asked. I'm like, why is there an armadillo roaming in the castle right now?
These armadillos just walk around.
Chilling, living their best life, man.
What do we think of the effects of the movie, Emily? Did you like the effects of the movie?
I liked them.
Like how the monsters looked
bats
and
in the
stuff?
beginning.
Yeah.
Or all the red eyes on the ceiling.
Okay.
They didn't overdo it.
The effects in the movie.
What was that?
What did you think of the effects in the movie?
A little cheesy at certain points, because I mean, you can still see like Dracula's like when he turned into a bat, you can see the cables, little wires. You know, but other than that, I thought it was pretty funny. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty good.
Sarah, the effects in the movie?
I mean, like again, for that time period, I think they were pretty good. They didn't overdo anything. They didn't try to overdo anything. It was what it was for the 80s, you know?
Yeah. The monsters, I think they were created by Stan Winston. He also did the effects on Ghoulies. He did the effects on Aliens, which he won the Oscar for.
Mm.
He did the effects on Predator, which got him an Oscar nomination. He also did Pumpkinhead, Edward Scissorhands, which he also got an Oscar nomination. And he did I think, all the original Terminator movies, 1, 2, and 3. I think Salvation, too.
So he did a very good job for, that time period, you know? Yeah.
He's
a lot of big name movies.
He created the monster, I think, in Pumpkinhead.
I'm surprised, like I said, I'm surprised that movie did as well as it did. And it's so underrated. And the fact that they started doing more with it, like in 2018 with that documentary, I'm really, like, surprised it ended up having a cult following the way that it did. I was kind of happy about that.
Yeah, I've always heard of it. I've never seen it. I think some of it ages. I think some of it doesn't age good. The kids peeping on the girl and.
Oh, come on! That's what they did back then.
All the slurs in the beginning.
Yeah.
Times.
They're beating up kids and they're calling him in a word that starts with an F and ends with a TS and. I thought they were throwing that around an awful lot for kids in a PG-13
well, I guess
movie.
In the 80s, that was the insult.
Yeah, I guess.
It's weird how they got away with saying that, but they wouldn't say the word balls when they kicked them. They kicked in the nards.
No. That was the best part of the whole movie. That's literally like the main line of the whole movie.
Wolfman's got nards. Which is the documentary. Wolfman's Got Nards is the documentary.
It was the main line of the movie. I'm surprised they even did that, honestly.
God, it was so weird.
I thought when they were fighting in the precinct, when he threw the guy through the window, I thought that was awesome.
Oh yeah.
So that was pretty cool. I love that in the backyard of the house was where the drive-in theater was.
Yeah, they
were oh yeah.
Wait, it wasn't backyard, was it?
Binoculars sitting on the roof. They're driving.
He was on his roof, and like I don't know how he got the speakers to go over there, but because nowadays, you can do that, but
the radio signal.
Back then you couldn't do that. Yeah, but back then you really couldn't do that. I guess I don't know.
I think if you're close enough to the theater, you can pick it up if you know the radio station.
Maybe, yeah.
It's a very specific station. I would love to have that in my backyard. Shit, I would never leave.
Get yourself a nice projector, man. They're like $100.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I could be getting my butthole bleached with that. That's a waste of money. Will said, I don't know why I told you guys this story. Wait, not story. I don't want to imply that Will had his butthole waxed and bleached.
No, I did not. I was asked by someone if they wanted to get their butthole waxed.
Why did Dracula have a magical cane that could summon the monsters?
Because you gotta have a leash.
I mean, Dracula.
He was literally the master of all the Monster, he was the master. They were supposed to go to his command.
But when did that happen? It makes sense because that was not in any of the folklores of Dracula.
I don't know about the cane and everything, but they all called him master. They were going what he wanted. That's what they were listening to.
I just don't remember Dracula having a pimp cane at any other point in history.
You haven't watched.
Why wouldn't he? Yeah, why wouldn't he? He's like dressed like a pimp. Why wouldn't he have a cane too?
I guess.
What if he had one of those canes that had the little compartment for cocaine? That's why the monster.
That's why you get a pinky ring, Will.
The cane's more elegant.
With the ring right down your finger.
It is. It really is.
Yeah, but the cane, you pop up the cane and be like.
Convenient.
No, the cane is more pimpish, okay?
But the cane's easier to lose.
Doesn't matter.
How are you going to tell me about where to keep cocaine, first of all?
Look, I'm telling you that the cane is more classier than the pinky.
You're an outsider.
You don't know. Yeah, exactly. You don't know. You don't know where it all goes.
Doesn't matter. The cane is better. It's a symbol.
It's classier. It's classier.
Kane's never better. Undertaker was definitely better than Kane.
Look, all I'm saying is a peasant uses a pinky ring. No, I'm just.
I thought it was messed up that the mom said something like, "Oh, when this candle's lit, you're safe." What about when the kid wakes up in the middle of the night and that candle just goes out by itself?
Yeah,
then you're totally fucked.
The kid's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die."
Well, yeah.
Totally
That's
fucked.
how you kept them in line. You kept them in line back then. Go in and blow the candle out just to fuck with the kid's head.
That would be funny. That would be funny. I'm sorry. That would be totally funny.
Remember I told you I was medicated when I wrote some of these thoughts down? Monster Squad all ride bikes together to school. Fuck that. Too much work. I'm out. This is bullshit. That's literally one of my notes. Exact words. Fuck that.
You had to remember that?
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Not only all these Asian kids are always riding bikes.
I know.
Yeah, but that's what we did back then. We rode bikes. I rode a bike until I was like 16 years old.
You rode bikes. We were too poor. We walked everywhere. We have.
I just didn't go anywhere.
We left our bikes out on the front lawn and they were stolen. We don't have bikes.
Oh no, I had my bike stolen a few times where I grew up, but whenever I had a bike, I rode a bike everywhere I could go to town I lived in.
Yeah, riding a bike was great.
My bike got stolen. My mom was mad at me.
Yeah.
I let my bike get stolen.
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
How'd you let your bike get stolen? I didn't.
No, it's funny. The first time I got my bike stolen, I stole it back.
Did you?
I hit him with the I literally grabbed the bike and I hit the back tire.
You have to, though. You had to,
Yeah.
If you saw your bike, you're like, fuck you, that's my bike, and take it back. That's all you did.
No, I had to, because my mom said, if you're going to take something back from somebody that stole it from you, make a fucking point that they don't do it again. That's what I did.
I did that a couple times. I did do that a couple times, too.
Plus, is it stealing if you're stealing your stuff back? No.
No, fuck that. No.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't O.J. Simpson try stealing his shit back?
Yes, true. He went to prison for it, so I guess it doesn't hold up. I guess it doesn't count. Why was Dracula blowing this movie up with dynamite?
I have no idea, but they always had a lot of it.
He didn't attempt to drink anybody's blood. He just blowing people up with dynamite. What was going on?
Actually, one thing I wanted to bring up.
It was a different take on that.
What was the kid's name? The one with the leather jacket.
Was it Little Bitch?
What was that kid's name? Him.
I don't know.
I think it was.
I forget his name. The one that was in middle school or something. Rudy?
Yeah.
Was it Rudy?
Rudy, yeah. It was Rudy.
Tell me how this kid knew how to make bullets. How do you explain that?
In the 80s, you could do anything in shop class.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't think shop classes had access to gunpowder.
In the
Sure of that.
80s, they did. Well, not gunpowder, but they did know how to make a lot more. Even in the 90s, when I grew up in my tech class, we used machines. We didn't have to get certified. We
Yeah.
just went for it.
But
That
you
was
did
it.
But you didn't make
Shop
bullets.
class was like the best class back in
No, we did not make bullets. That I did not. I didn't even melt. I didn't melt metal. Like I worked with machines that would chop my fingers off, but I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
The
melt anything.
closest in shop class we've ever made weapons was like arrowheads, and that's it.
Mm.
That's all we've ever done. We've never like, hey, we're making bullets on Friday. I've been like, yo, sign my ass up.
Okay,
And me
speaking of making arrows, when we lived in Florida, I think we might have had a drink in us or two, but we went to a lake and we were trying to shoot catfish with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I remember losing.
We tied a string to the bow and arrow so we could pull it back out, which did not work, by the way. It just sank into the mud.
Yeah,
We
that
were
was
trying to
a waste of
shoot fish in the lake with bow. Mind you, neither one of us had ever eaten catfish. Neither one of us knew how to prep catfish if we caught it. But we thought it was a good idea. We were going to catch the catfish and eat it.
We were gonna figure it out.
Bow and arrow. It did not work out.
And I will tell you
And then
this.
we got a stick from the woods and we turned it into a spear. That didn't work.
I don't know. The last time I was in Florida, like I went to a Greek restaurant in Florida, and the catfish were like piled together. Like
Was
you
it?
just threw a piece of bread, and they were like, I have a picture of it. They were just a big mess of catfish because nobody ate catfish in Florida. That wasn't like a thing that down there. I
Yeah,
guess I don't know.
We're
I was
not-
at a restaurant, and they were literally eating a whole shitload of catfish. You could have speared them. You could have done anything. You could have caught them with your hands. They were right fucking there. They were just like flopping on top of each other.
But here's the thing: we weren't trying to catch these in like a lake or a river. We went to like an apartment complex.
Yeah.
Complex.
They
It was
were,
an apartment,
they
like-
were literally piled, though.
And we're trying to spear the catfish in the apartment complex, trying to watch out for security guards or neighbors.
Hey man, we woke up and we craved violence.
Yes.
I remember losing a couple of those arrows too, man. Those aren't cheap to replace.
Yeah.
Well, you should have learned how to make them in fucking tech class,
There
okay?
you go.
Yeah, well, they take too long.
Why was their fort above like a lake? Anybody else think that's dangerous? One of the kids could fall out and freaking drown.
But that's how it was.
Wait. Repeat that again?
Their little fort thing was like above like the lake or something.
Didn't you see, like, I don't know, was it My Girl or whatever? They always built forts by the water.
I mean,
Terrible.
Always.
strategically thinking, being next to water is safe. You don't have to worry about the fish, man.
Now you can't.
The what?
Now that you can't swim.
Well, I mean, that's their problem. I don't know. Learn to swim.
There were some funny quotes in this movie though. I'll give it that. Kick him in the nards, and Wolfman's got nards. So. I think at one point he said, "Suck on this."
Nards.
Did you remember that? Suck on this, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey asshole, hey, you look."
I like the fact that the kids were able to curse and do what normal kids do, honestly.
Yeah, give me the amulet, you bitch. You know.
Yeah.
And Frankenstein turned babyface. Frankenstein tried to save the day and help out. Bogus, you know.
I'm sorry, Frankenstein was the sweetest character throughout the whole movie.
Well, it's because this time at the lake things went differently. This time it actually worked out for him because the other time not go well.
There was another issue I had with that movie. When the officers are shooting at like at Dracula and the Wolfman, when it doesn't seem to work, what makes you think hitting it with a baton is going to work?
Yeah, that's right. You got to do anything you can at that moment in time, though.
They're cops. They just want to beat something, Will.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know how it is. Even if they shot him and he died, they'd just be beating his dead body. You know how they are.
Just like they keep shooting the gun at the guy, and they're like, okay, he's not budging, but they keep shooting anyway. That's exactly the same fucking premise
That's
there. Mm-hmm.
I can't even listen. We
You
grew up.
can't even defend that. He literally blocked every goddamn bullet that went at him, and he never went down, never sit out, nothing. And they were like, let's just keep shooting him.
And they're always quick to shoot people. I almost got shot by a cop for no reason. So I hear you. Yeah. I can tell the story. You want to hear the story?
Might as well.
All right. I guess we'll share the story. I was with my buddy Frank.
Okay, I understand why you were going to get shot. No.
All I did was say his name. Listen.
I know why.
My son was just born, and I bought an 18-pack to his house. So I think we were going to watch Raw or SmackDown. I forget which one. And his brother and his wife were fighting at the time. So we said, let's leave. We don't want to get sucked into this, so let's leave. So we threw the 18-pack in the car. Now, I didn't drink anything at all. Frank had one beer that he had just opened. So we go, where are we going to go? Well, if you remember down by Smith Point Beach, there's a marina. Before you get to the bridge, there's a marina you can pull off into. So we pull in there. Frank's going to finish his beer. We're going to give him a couple minutes, then we're just going to drive back to the house. In pulls the cop car right behind us. He said, uh-oh. He gets out, and he asks me for my license. I said, it's here in the center console. I gotta grab it. He goes, cool. I go to grab it. Immediately takes his gun out, points it right at my face.
Wow.
I said, wait a minute. You told me to grab it. I was just doing what you told me to do. I'm sorry. And he held us at gunpoint until like 3 more cop cars showed up.
Wow.
Like inches away from my freaking head. Just for trying to grab my license that he told me to grab. And I told him where it was, and he said, okay, go ahead and grab it.
Oh, no. I refuse to do anything they tell me. I'm sorry. I'm not. If you want the license, you go get it.
But then, so the cops show up now. They're asking us all kinds of questions. They ask about the beer. I tell them the story. We were trying to get it out of the house. You can see there's an 18-pack. There's one open, and it was in Frank's hand. So when the cops came up behind us, it scared Frank, so some of the beer spilled on his shirt because he was drinking. So now the cops are saying, you guys are homosexuals, aren't you? And that's semen on your shirt. He was sucking your dick, and that is semen on your shirt. So this immediately upsets Frank. Frank goes, if he calls me gay one more time, I'm punching this cop in the face. Now this is what he said. Mind you, all this is happening. There was definitely some other things in the car that weren't just beer. I have no license, no registration, no insurance, open containers, medicated herbs in the car, and now Frank punched the cop. The cop who held us at gunpoint to the gun with my head, he said, I'm going to punch you in the face. They keep hammering this to him. They keep calling him gay. They keep calling him homosexual. They're calling him the F word. They're not asking if he is. They're calling him one. Like, you're out here sucking his dick, aren't you? Well, I'm like, what just happened? Then they walk away. And I'm going to run because we're in the woods. It's all the woods around the marina. I said, you run. I will bring them to your fucking front door. I swear to God. But yeah, I guess, when the other cop showed up, I said, this guy held me at gunpoint, right to my head. I did what he told me to do. You guys are calling this gay. You're doing all this stuff. And I guess because of that, the other cops, they didn't even ask for my license or anything. They were like, just get the hell out of here. I guess he was wrong.
Happened from the beginning, though.
He was wrong. They were like, just get out of here.
Still, to come up to you.
Point a gun at your head.
No, it was like,
they're pointing one at you at all. They're supposed to point it at like your arm or your chest or whatever.
Because it was like
not your fucking head.
It was like 6 inches from my head, and it held there for waiting for the other cops to show up.
I've never had
That's scary. That's really scary.
That was just for doing what he told me to do.
Yeah, I understand it. Like, I got pulled over years ago.
Yeah.
And they tried me because I was driving without the headlights on. Didn't realize it.
Yeah.
This lady cop pulls me over and starts cussing me out. She's like, get out of the car. I was like, for what? I'm searching your car. I was like, I don't give you consent. She's like, get out of the car.
That doesn't matter.
No.
She got super pissed off because I rolled the windows up before I got out of the car.
Oh.
She's like, she got so pissed. She's like, I'm going to call another officer over here. We're going to get a search warrant. We're going to go through your car. I was like, please do. It took them 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
4 hours.
Yeah.
And
I got arrested.
The whole time.
I got arrested once, and they were like, "I'm going to search your car." I'm like, "Go right ahead." And they were like, they even said it the second time. I said, "They're like, we're going to search your car." I'm like, "Go right ahead." They never searched my car once, and then they still accused me of being on drugs even after they arrested me.
Yep. And when they finally brought
I'm like, you never searched my car though, so whatever.
now, and you can tell the officer, she was super pissed off.
Yeah.
Finally brought the warrant and the canine dog.
And
The
nothing.
guy gave me a copy of the warrant. He's like, all right, we're going to go through your car. I was like, go for it. I unlocked the glove box and the trunk. This cop was so fucking pissed that there was nothing to find in the car.
Yeah, for anybody
Yeah,
who
cops get mad when things don't go their
For
way.
Yeah.
for anybody who doesn't know Will doesn't do drugs of any kind, shape, or form. Never has.
I'm sorry, but she was
And-
looking for something.
Never has. So I've known him, 15 years, and he's been my best friend, and he doesn't do drugs. So I think it's very funny when they try to search him for drugs.
Yeah.
Because cops everybody who does anything wrong has drugs in the car.
Yeah.
Oh, you ran a stop sign? You must have drugs in your
I
car.
haven't even seen Will drink a lot. Will will have a social cocktail.
That's it. I'm sorry. I don't drink like I used to.
You're such a good boy, Will.
You know what? Sometimes.
He's spending all his time bleaching and waxing his butthole. He can't afford to have time.
I want it to be squeaky clean. I want it to make that okay, that fresh counter smell.
You're going all the way with that one.
I got to make my OnlyFans like proud. No, I'm just,
I hope next time when they're waxing your butthole that they just grab you by both cheeks, whip it open, and just yell, "Oh!" Right in the butthole.
I think at that point I might just fart on them. I'm sorry. No, just can't be spreading cheeks that quick, man.
He's gonna make the Ace Ventura. He's gonna make your butt talk. He's gonna make your butt do the Carl from Sling Blade voice.
Hey, man, you can't make it easy for them. You can't make it easy.
He's gonna feed your butt mustard biscuits. We got off topic, out of hand. I'm sorry. What are we? Speaking of butts and rear ends, Will, what did you think of the ending of the movie?
I mean, it was a little cheesy. Everyone gets sucked back into the portal. I at least thought Frankenstein was gonna survive.
Why?
Bogus.
I don't know, because the Frankenstein was such a cool dude. I thought he was gonna be left to like chill there and shit. I don't know what he would have done, but
Would you recommend it to anybody who hasn't seen it? Would you watch it again?
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
definitely.
The puppy. Yeah, there he goes. Puppy almost got sucked into the portal. Emily, what did you think of the end of the movie? Did you like it? Would you recommend it?
I thought the ending was just slightly cheesy, but it was a pretty happy ending overall, except for Frankenstein.
Would you watch it?
I would.
Would you recommend it to people who haven't seen it?
I would. It had a little bit of everything.
Yeah. I'm going thumbs up. If I had to give it like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, it's definitely a thumbs up for me. I would recommend it. I would watch it again. I think I probably should watch it again because I was taking notes. So I would like to watch it again when I can actually focus on everything. Sarah, what did you think of the ending?
Well, I recommended the movie to begin with, and
Sarah staff pick here.
I love the ending, and like I said, I don't know, it still touches the heart a little bit, and even like the stupid little song, they actually made a song based on the whole plot of the movie, and it summed it up all in that. Yeah.
The end, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like not many movies do that, but it was a really good movie. It held up.
I think it was a good pick. I think Sarah had a good pick. I think overall we all enjoyed the movie. We would all watch it again. I think that wraps up the movie review part of this. But you can find us still on social media. We're at Taking Back Pod on Twitter, Midnight Evil Pod on Twitter, Midnight Evil Podcast on Facebook and on Instagram. We got a couple anniversaries coming up, so no staff picks. But for our Taking Back podcast next week, this movie, I don't know if it's as funny to Will as it will be to the other ones of us, because I assume we'll be medicated. But next week, we're going to cover, I believe it's the 20-year anniversary of Super Troopers.
Oh, God.
Will, come on.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am not medicated whatsoever throughout this whole thing. So
You'll have a drink or two in you, maybe.
maybe.
I'll tell you now, I'm going to have to drink during that one, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
Troopers. The week after, we got another anniversary, another good movie. We're going to do that next week, but we got some good ones coming up. We got some staff picks coming up. I'm looking forward to some of these movies coming up. I know the next 2 weeks are comedy movies, but they're both going to be awesome, I think. I think they're both enjoyable movies. I think that wraps up for this week, though. Guys, thank you for listening. Hope you enjoy. I hope you stuck around right to the rear end. Yeah, I did. I brought the right back around. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next week right here on the Taking You Back podcast when we discuss Super Troopers. Good night.